Welcome to the David Toddcast. If you were watching the end of the game, that was the old Mason McCormick first down move as the Steelers clinched victory in the 37-15 ass kicking of the New York Jets. What a second half, 24-0 from the Steelers. All you could ask for, and yeah, I'm jazzed. I've been on Twitter deciding if I'm going to stay up all night and take receipts from the from all the mean people who tweeted at me during the week, and particularly all the mean people who maybe with some justification tweeted at me during the first quarter when the Steelers got off to a ridiculously bad start after the good first opening drive. But this was a good one, and we'll have a little fun. I mean, look, here's the point. This is the point. The point was you needed to see if there was more upside with Russell Wilson rather than Justin Fields. And I don't get it. I mean, so Trey Wingo, you know he is, ESPN Sports Center guy, anchor. He tweeted they need to make a quarterback change at halftime. Look, if that's what you thought while you were watching this game, you didn't understand what Mike Tomlin and I were thinking from the very beginning. As I've been telling you since the Cowboy game, it's great to know what you had in Justin Fields. And now you know, but you needed to find out if there was some more upside, because that crap, and really, come on, that's what it was. That's what we've been seeing from the Steelers offense. It's average. It's the same stuff. It's not dangerous. It can win football games, but it's winning football games because you play mistake-free and you rely on your defense. What we saw tonight was finally, and look, it's one game. I don't want to get too excited, but I am excited. We finally saw an offense that maybe is explosive. Look, put up 409 yards, season high. Obviously, the most important thing, 37 points. Boy, how much did I love that stick it in their face, score the late touchdown when it was 30-15, and Najee went in from whatever, 11-9, however many yards he went in for the TD and went into the stands. Loved it. Loved every minute of it. There was some joy tonight. So, all right, let's, we're going to, it's late. I've got a lot of tweets. I got a lot of tweets to get to tell people I was right, you were wrong. Yes, I can be petty. I'm not above that. I am not above that. But look, again, here's the point. The reason to change quarterbacks, which I've been saying for 3 weeks, was to find out if there was more upside. And through one game, it looked like maybe there's more upside. Look, it is not finite. But Russell, 16 for 29, 264, 2 TDs, 0 interceptions. I can't tell you how many people told me Russ would get sacked 9 times in this game because of the Steelers' offensive line. And look, he was running a bit for his life in that first half. But you know how many times he got sacked? 1. And after things settled down, 2 for 8 to start for 19 yards. He finished 16 for 29, so that's 14 for 21. Finished with 264, so that's 245. 14 for 21, 245, 2 touchdowns, 1 sack, 0 INTs, and 109. If you're on the trading floor, that's a 9. 109 passer rating, and 1-0, most importantly, as a Steelers starter. So, yes, I'm jazzed by this. Yeah, I'm jazzed because Russ played great. I'm jazzed because I think I was right and Mike was right. I'm jazzed because some of these national guys really look dumb. But I'm jazzed because what I think we have now, most importantly, is an offense that maybe is comparable to the defense in the sense that this was a good Jets defense. They're banged up. Their secondary get banged up as it went along. But it's a good Jets defense. But the Steelers showed that they can score some points. Yes, they got gifted one with the defense getting the ball to the 1 yard line. No doubt. It happens. But they put up 37 points today. And as Russ said after the game, it looked like they left some stuff on the field. Look, they obviously didn't play great in the first half. They were better as the game went on. A decent opening drive. Finished 4 of 6 in the red zone. That was good. Running game got better as the game went on. I don't know, look, Najee, how do you not like Najee? I mean, he finished with that touchdown run, really put him over in the stats. 21 for 102 and a TD. with a long of 34. You saw that run earlier in the game where he was dancing a little bit on the sideline and then he ran some guys over. Good, solid work. The O-line was serviceable. Look, 7 games, I think they've started different combinations all 7 games. Zach Frazier's going to be out until after the bye. So next Monday night, we'll see the same starting 5, assuming everybody comes out of that healthy. Same starting 5 with Mason McCormick at Ryan McCollum at center. And yeah, look, good stuff from the offensive line. The couple things also on Russ's performance. Play action, the numbers. How about this? Now, I don't think this is a perfect analysis, but I think it was 8 for 9 for 150 under center in play action. And we saw Russ, 41 out of the 66 snaps he took were under center. That's a little bit different than what we've seen so far, and I really do like that. And here, another really key point to understand here. The reason you can do that is because you have an experienced quarterback who doesn't need to stare at the defense the whole time. He can take the snap under center, turn his back, and then look back at the defense. You know who didn't like to do that a lot later in his career? Ben Roethlisberger. You know who you don't want to do that a lot with? Young quarterbacks. Or with Russ, you can do that. And that was a big thing in the game today. You're probably not going to hear many people talk about that. But remember that. You give a quarterback in play action, turns his back on the defense, and then comes back. And we saw from the beginning play action. Boom. Another thing we've been talking about. Get Darnell Washington the ball in space. Who in their right mind wants to tackle a guy who's 6'7", 260 and coming at you with knees high? No fun. Nobody wants any part of that. Darnell Washington, let's guess what he finished with. I'm going to guess 4 for 54. Let's see what we got. 4 for 36, long of 18. I thought maybe he had a little bit more yak after that. Van Jefferson, 2 catches, caught a touchdown. Good on the board there. Jaylen Warren, 2 catches for 15. A big one on that little third down play, 3rd and 8 that he spun around early in the fourth quarter. That was a nice play. Freiermuth, 2 for 51. A fantastic one-handed grab. That was a big play. Calvin Austin, 1 for 36. He had the drop of the day, when that game was far from even being, it was nascent. It was the very beginning of hit him right in the chest in the 3rd down that he dropped. That was, if you're going to think about negative plays on the offense, that was as big as any. But, came back and had a nice punt return and a nice catch for 36 yards. And they obviously got a rub. And Jaylen Warren a little bit in the running game, 12 carries for 44 yards. So the Steelers 149 yards on the ground. Hey, Mina Kimes, Steelers won't be able to run the ball. They ran the ball. Oh, so many guys to take receipts from. Orlovsky, Schlereth, Mina Kimes, Colin Coward, Russell, Ryan Clark, former Steeler. 6 throws into the game. Time to change the quarterback again? Come on, Ryan. Here's the thing, again, this is what kills me. If you're saying dumb shit like that, and it's dumb shit, it's you don't understand the theory behind the change. It really wasn't. Justin Fields has been terrible. It's we want to win in the playoffs. We want to contend for a Super Bowl, and we need more out of the offense. Let's see if this guy gives us more. And you know what? It's not a done deal. We'll see what happens against the Giants, and then the bye week. I would think the odds are that Russell Wilson's going to be the guy most of the rest of the way if he's not injured. After that performance, because clearly we saw what he did in one game upside is higher than what we've seen, almost any time in Justin Fields' career, and most importantly in the 6 games he's played for the Steelers. Again, not knocking Justin Fields. It's just what's the upside in the passing game? Completely different. Let's talk about the defense. The defense. So I will continue to give Terrell Austin credit. It hasn't happened every week, but we've seen the defense make adjustments and be better as games went on. And one of the things that's been important here, I think for this defense to be really good, to be elite this season, is, if they could play with a lead on occasion. And they obviously got to play with a lead a little bit in that Raiders game, and they got to play with a lead as time went on in the second half in this game, and that makes life harder for the other team. The Steelers tackled terribly in the first half. My God. Patrick Queen, Orlando Roberts doesn't miss many tackles, but he missed one. He missed one on that long screen pass that went for 53 yards. The Jets were it was all yak, if you notice. The Steelers' yards were all on completions, very little yak until late in the game. All of Aaron Rodgers' passing yardage came on yak, yards after the catch. Steelers were missing tackles. They were getting beat on some of those short passes, which is what the Jets love. I was a little surprised. The other guys get paid too, right? So they made some plays. But second half, great stuff. A couple plays stood out. Joey Porter, man-on-man on a third down toward the end zone. Jets, Rodgers took a shot. That was great coverage by Joey Porter. Beanie Bishop, holy cow. That first interception he made at the end of the first half, I was like, man, run that guy on the slot on the other side. Have him play wide receiver. That was an unbelievable interception. Pointed the ball one-handed. And then the second one, they got lucky. Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson is a high-end wide receiver. Hit him right in the shoulder. That's a ricochet. Right after George Pickens catches a ricochet, ball bouncing around for a big play. Beanie catches it, runs it back to the one. Great blocking by the defense, by the way, inside the 20-yard line there. Watch the replay of that. Some really nice blocks. Beanie almost gets it in. Huge credit to Devontae Adams of the Raiders for him busting his ass to get back and making the tackle at the one. Never know what's going to happen. Fumble, stop him a couple times, interception. But the Steelers punched it in, and that was not quite good night, Irene, but getting close. George Pickens. George Pickens one-on-one, give me George Pickens one-on-one all day. Throw it to him every play. Not joking. If you have George Pickens one-on-one, throw it to him every play. He's going to catch half of them, and you're going to get interference calls on 20% of them. You can't cover the dude. You can't cover him one-on-one. So that should be a staple of the offense. The first one, the moon ball, as Collinsworth called it, it wasn't Russell's greatest deep throw. It was probably a second late getting it out. It was a tad underthrown, but it was a great catch by Pickens. And then the ricochet catch, the touchdown catch, probably just like you're grading the highest of the high, the best players in the world. Was it just a touch underthrown? But you see Pickens, bigger, taller. The other guy, just put your hands out there, strong hands, caught it, man. You think George Pickens is happy tonight? You didn't see any pounding into the bullshit on the sideline. None of that. You catch 4 balls for $102 and a touchdown? Whew, you're going to have a good night tonight, yeah? You're going to be all good in the locker room tonight. Going to be all good at practice this week. It is going to be a fun week for the Steelers to get ready for the Giants. And yeah, there are no trap games. They're 5-2. The Giants aren't very good. They got smoked today by the Eagles and Saquon Barkley, who ran for 170-something against his old team. Boy, he's going to be a happy guy tonight, too. That's going to be Saquon party. Deep breath. What else? Special teams. Oh, my goodness, special teams. The Steelers' special teams over the past 5 years have been consistently average to below average, largely because the punting game has been terrible. You know how you have the punting game not be terrible? Don't punt. Just score, drive the ball the whole game. If you don't punt, your punting game isn't going to be bad. Not that Corliss Waitman's been bad. He's been fine. How often did he punt today? Twice? 4 times. Yeah, 44 times, 46 yards, 3 inside the 20, long at 55. Great. And I really wanted to comment on the kick coverage because at least 3 times the Jets tried to return and they got kept inside the 25 twice. One of them, they got inside the 30 because the returner fell. And a couple were touchbacks. So very good job by the kick coverage team. Of course, Boswell's just the greatest kicker who's ever lived right now from 46 and then 2 from inside that. All pro, all money, all everything. Fantastic. Not a lot of things to talk. And again, if you're on Twitter at David M. Todd, I assume you watched the game, but at the party on the sideline after the field goal block, this is the stuff that makes me happy. It makes me so happy to watch players be so excited. And when you're excited for a coach, that's a genuine feeling of affection. If you've been, I'm sure a lot of people watching this have played sports at some level. And when you have moments of that, like that, when you have success, that's kind of hard-working success stuff. When I played soccer as I got older, I was a defender because as I got older, I was not as good. relative to my peers. And man, we took so much pride in having a shutout defensively, a clean sheet. Those guys busting their ass all the time. Dean Lowry, Loudermilk, those guys aren't getting a lot of snaps on defense. So when they go and make a block like that, they are so jazzed. And you know what? They watch so much film and practice that crap. It's laborious stuff. Practice that, just looking for a chance. And by the way, did you see how close Terrell Edmonds got to blocking a punt, that first punt of the game? That is stuff Danny Smith, man. Danny Smith. They love him. And they play for him. And all this BS about, losing the locker room stuff, coaches. God, I can't believe all the nonsense. You know who wasn't right this week also? My man Terry. We brought Terry out. Terry's 1-0. We might have to keep Terry around. Pretend he's in the background. Pretend there's Terry. Ben was also kind of looks wrong on this. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. But again, I don't think people who were wrong about this understood why Mike Tomlin made the decision. That's why you watch the David Toddcast, right? Because I'm telling you this stuff before anybody else. Told you this weeks ago. That's why you stay with me. Look, it was fun. It's late. I got to, converse with some people on Twitter. I'm jazzed. Makes me happy when the Steelers win. 5-2. Couple bucks in the pocket. Thanks for being with me. Russ is the man. He got it done today. That's the big takeaway. Russ and the offense put up 37. They did a lot of things well, and they got better as the game went on. Good second half from the defense. Good from the special teams. Good from the coaching staff. Kudos to Mike Tomlin. Took some guts to make the change. He made it. It paid off big, but only in 1 week. As I said in the emergency pregame podcast, we're not going to make any judgments after 1 half, 1 game, 1 week, 1 really good Russ performance. Oh, we're going to make a little bit of judgment that it looks like the right move, but we're not going to make any final conclusions. Steelers win 37-15, 5-2. They're in a good spot, waiting for a home game a week from tomorrow against the New York Giants. Thanks for watching the David Podcast. The David Toddcast. Comments on YouTube. Hit it up. Have a good night.